Hi everyone, welcome back to Crafty Creations. Today I'm going to show you a little bit of tricks that on my Easter baskets and my little egg, or sorry, not my egg, my carrot treat bags for Easter. When I'm making my little treat baskets, everybody always asks me how I get such a clean edge all the way around to where you don't see gaps like this in your crochet. So today I'm going to show you guys how to avoid getting these gaps when you're working in the round, so the entire piece looks really good all the way around. There's no gaps, no major gaps, and it just overall it looks really good. So today I'm going to show you how I do that. I have this little carrot treat bag that you can use for little Easter treats. You can stick some in there like that. You can tie them up and then add it to your Easter egg hunt like that. You can put little candies in there, like I've got M&Ms in this one. I've got little Hershey's in this one. I got a Cadbury egg in that one, and our favorite, the little Cadbury chocolate eggs. So these are really cute. You can also put dyed Easter eggs in it. I suggest if you make them for dyed Easter eggs, make sure you use a material that is washable easily and maybe doesn't stain so easily, and make sure that the eggs are dry before you put them in there. The patterns are available on my Etsy shop at Butterfly Loops if you want the pattern for the Easter baskets. I have an Easter basket and an egg basket pattern on there for just $2. I have this pattern on there for just $1.50, and I also have a candy corn basket or treat bag that you can make for Halloween. Again, that'll give you a little something extra to do around Halloween time to hand out some candies to other people. So again, this video, I'm going to show you guys how I avoid this gap when working in the round, because we don't want any little candies slipping through there. Okay, so for the first part of this video, and I'm using acrylic yarn, I have the suggested hook size on there for a 3.75. You can, or an F5, I think it is, if you guys can see that. You can use whatever size hook you would like. Just note that the bigger the hook, the bigger the little holes are going to be. You're also going to need to know how to do a half double crochet. You're going to have to know how to do a magic ring. So really quick, in case you don't know, I'm going to show you how to do a magic ring, and this is how I do a magic ring. I'm going to pinch the string. I'm going to wrap it around my fingers 2 times. I go up under the first one and through the second and kind of pull up a loop. Okay. Then I chain 1 through that loop. Okay. Then I'm going to do a half double crochet, and I'm going to follow the pattern, and I'm going to put however many half double crochets it requires in this magic ring. Once you get the number of half double crochets you need in your magic ring, I'll show you how to join it together. Okay, now that I have my number of stitches that I need in my magic ring, I'm going to take this tail and I'm going to pull it tight. That'll help close that gap. And then I'm going to skip this chain right here, and I'm going to go into this chain right here to do my slip stitch to join that together. Okay. Now, one of the things that I do, I don't work in this first chain. That is how I avoid the gap. So where this slip stitch is at, I usually chain 1, and then I get ready to go in the next half or next stitch, and I do my first half double crochet. Keep this space right here in mind because we're going to be working back into this space at the end. So this is the bottom part of the basket, and it's going to require you to double the stitches. So I'm going to work another half double crochet in this, and then so that's 2 in 1 stitch, and then I'm going to move over to the next stitch and work 2 half double crochets around, and I'm going to continue that all the way around as the pattern calls for. When I'm done with that, I'll come back, join it together, and we'll start the side. Okay, so before we join it together, I've worked all the way around minus 2 of the stitches that I need to do. Now I'm going to finish up my 2 stitches, and again, I'm working to close this gap. So I'm going to go into this chain right here. So you're going to see a little gap right there, and under that little gap is the chain that we originally kind of skipped. It's where you joined it together, so we kind of skipped that one. We chained one and we moved over to the next chain. So we're going to go into this chain right here, and we're going to work our last 2 half double crochets into that chain, and that is how it's going to close up that gap, so you don't have it doesn't travel, it's less noticeable, it looks a lot cleaner in your crocheting. So see how we kind of went over that stitch? Now, you're not going to slip stitch into this chain right here. You're going to slip stitch into the next chain over. So I'm going to insert my hook there, and then I'm going to pull through a loop, pull through a loop. There's your slip stitch. Now from here, I don't chain anymore. I continue working, just working the very next stitch. So this is going to start the outside of the basket here. On the very first row, I like to work in the back loop only of the chain. So again, where we did the slip stitch right here, I'm going to skip this, and I'm going to start working my half double crochets in this next chain. So I'm not going to chain one, I'm not going to do anything else but pull over or yarn over, go into the next chain, skipping it, and then I'm going to start working my half double crochets all the way around my project until I get to my second to last. So when I get to there, I'll show you, but see how when I do the back loop only, it leaves a little lip, and it also helps your baskets kind of fold up and stay sitting up a lot better. Okay, as you can see, I have a couple more stitches to work before I get to where I need to join it together. So I'm going to work those couple of stitches really quick. Again, on the very first row, when my basket starts to come up, I'm going in the back loop only. So this is the second to last stitch. Okay, now the last stitch right here, where it kind of looks like it's going to join together already, we're going to go into this back loop right here. So I'm going to insert my hook. There's the front of the loop, so I'm going to kind of insert my hook there a little bit so I know where to go in the back. And then I'm going to do my half double crochet, and then I'm going to slip stitch into this stitch right here, just like that. And then I'm going to continue that around for the next few rows that I need to work for my basket. So from this slip stitch that we just did, we're going to skip this chain and not work into this chain. We're not going to chain any, we're not going to work into this chain until the very end. So we're going to skip this one, and then we're going to start our half double crochet in this very next chain over, just like that. And then we're going to continue to work around, and then when I get all the way back around, I'll come back and I'll show you one more time how I get it to look to where you can't see any gaps. Okay, I'm down to my last couple of stitches. So I've got 1, 2. Now we're coming up to where we're going to work one more and then join it together. So if you can see, we're going to go in right here, just like this. Work our half double crochet. And then the very next stitch that's level with this is the one that we're going to go into. So this chain is not level with it. We're going to go into the next chain right there that's level, and that's how we're going to do our slip stitch. Now, as you can see, we're covering that gap. So this is what normal crochet tells you when they tell you to chain for your very first stitch. That's where you get these gaps, and then eventually your project will start trailing up this way. So this is really good if you're working in the round for a long period of time when you're doing hats, or if you're doing coffee cup cozies or anything like that. If you're working in the round, your project is going to start traveling this way when you have this gap. This gap is just going to keep going this way and this way and this way and this way and this way. So I use the same method with my little carrot bags, and this is my seam right here. You can hardly see it because it looks the same all the way around. I use this method, so there's my seam right there. I use this method a lot with double crochet and half double crochet. Single crochet, it does work, but it is a little bit noticeable just because the stitches are really small. So I hope this helps you guys in making cute little baskets, little Easter baskets or carrot treat baskets, whatever it is. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Follow and share, follow my page. Don't forget that the link to my Etsy shop is Butterfly Loops. Thanks for watching.